Hello, it's Eric here, and then so this is the second part of crypto lending, and then so this is where I tell you that a crypto lender is absolutely evil, you know. And okay, so first of all, how a crypto lender makes money is basically very similar to a bank, you know. So what they do is they take money from the depositors, and then they use the money to invest in risky projects, risky loans, yeah. And but that is where the similarity ends, you know. Everything else about the crypto lender is completely different from the bank, yeah. And then so first of all, the depositors they don't call them depositors in crypto lending. They call them a stable coin investors, or what they call stable coin stakers, yeah. So the investors are staking their stable coins in the crypto lending platform, yeah. And so therefore they will earn interest just like the depositors, yeah. And then they will earn interest, and then so the crypto lender will use the money staked by the crypto coin investors, and then use the money to invest in risky projects, yeah. And then there are many differences between a crypto lender and a traditional bank, you know. So first of all, the biggest difference is of course a bank. A traditional bank is regulated, yeah, it's regulated by the SEC or the Federal Reserve in the U.S., yeah. Whereas a crypto lender is completely unregulated, you know. They can do whatever they want, yeah. And then so then the second biggest difference is that if you run a traditional bank, you have to provide some of your own money, you know, some of your own money in terms of the capital ratio requirement, yeah. Typically that is about the 8% capital requirement, yeah. Oops, there's a bit of a hiccup there, and then I just want to mention again that I record all my videos on a smartphone, yeah, and I do everything in one take, and so therefore there is no post editing, yeah. Whatever you see, whatever you hear is what I do in just one take, yeah. And then so therefore occasionally you get some hiccups like what I just saw, yeah. But I think it's when you compare that against the convenience of doing everything on a smartphone, I think those hiccups are acceptable, you know. All right, so let's get back to the difference between a crypto lender and a bank. And then so like I said, the bank traditionally you have to provide your own capital. Typically that's an 8% capital ratio requirement. And but for the crypto lender, because it's unregulated, they're not going to use any of their own money, you know. So therefore there's zero capital ratio requirement. And then so the way a crypto lender makes money is very similar to a bank, and so they take the money from the stablecoin investors, and then they use the money to invest in risky projects like risky DeFi projects, like for example, Three Arrows Fund and the Celsius Network, and all those risky projects. And I'm sure you heard the news that all those risky projects have blown up, and they've gone bust, and then they have been liquidated, yeah. And so therefore, when a crypto lender invests in a risky project, and if the project goes bust, then the stablecoin holders will lose all their money, yeah. The reason why the stablecoin holders lose their money is because, well, first of all, the crypto lender will say to the stablecoin investor, they say, we have a 1-to-1 pegging ratio, yeah. So therefore, if you put your money in a stablecoin investment project, then it's always backed by a $1 of a real investment, you know. And they promise that those real investments are really safe. Yeah, like for example, they take your money and they invest in ultra safe, money market funds or treasury bonds and things like that. Yeah, it is true that they take the stablecoin holders' money and invest in ultra safe, assets. Yeah. But then they, that's not the end of story. They turn around and then they use those ultra safe funds as collateral to invest in risky projects like, for example, Three Arrows Fund, and Celsius Network, and those really risky DeFi projects. Yeah, and so therefore those safe money that the stablecoin investors invested in the crypto lender. Yes, it is invested in very safe, ultra secure. Money market funds, but the crypto lenders are not gonna just let them lie on and lie in the bank without doing anything. They'll just take the money and then use it as collateral to invest in the really risky projects. Yeah, And then because there is zero capital requirement for the crypto lender, so therefore if they invest in a risky project and the project goes bust, yeah, so that means the collateral will be confiscated, yeah. So if the crypto lender's collateral is confiscated, that means there is now no money to back up the stablecoin investors' holdings, yeah. So therefore the stablecoin holders will lose all their money, yeah. And this is what they call depegging, yeah. And then I mean, the same thing can also happen to a bank, but the bank has a kind of an added layer of protection because of the 8% capital ratio requirement, yeah. Because if the bank invests in a risky project and the risky project goes bust, then the bank will lose money, but they will lose money on their 8% capital requirement, yeah. Whereas the depositors are still going to be safe, you know. But in the case of a crypto lender, because they have no added layer of protection of that capital requirement, yeah. So therefore, if the collaterals are confiscated, then there is absolutely no money to back up the the holdings for the stablecoin investors, you know. And then so the stablecoin investors will lose all their money, you know. And yeah, so this is why in my opinion, crypto lenders are absolutely evil, yeah, because they take no responsibility of the money that the stablecoin investors are invested in their project, yeah, and they don't provide any of their own money in terms of capital requirement, yeah. So if anything goes wrong, it's the stablecoin investors who are going to hold the bag, yeah, not the crypto lender, you know. That's why I said the crypto lenders are absolutely evil, you know. And all right, I'll see you in the next episode in another dirty trick in finance, yeah. All right, see you, bye.